We're only doing college football today, right? Because we're doing NFL on Monday, Sunday. All right. Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to the Brokey Bettors Club, Week 12 college football picks and plays. We are sponsored by K2 Water Hydration. Go check them out at k2waterhydration.com. We are also sponsored by the Better app, where our promo code is not broke because we are not broke. Go over there. We're going to give you a couple props that you can put out there. You could deposit up to $50 and you get it back. Let's jump right into it, boys. We got a big one today in the ACC, Clemson, Louisville. We have Louisville minus 2.5 at home. What are we thinking, boys?
Who wants to jump in first? I'll jump in first. This game screams Clemson, but Nico changed my mind before this show, and maybe it's okie doke by Vegas because Clemson beat the crap out of FSU. Dabble, the guys are motivated again for Dabble. Dabble's talking about getting fired, and maybe he's got his team's attention again. I don't know. Now I'm 50-50 on it. If I took a horse in this race, I probably take Clemson, but I would like to know what the experts think.
So I agree with you. When I look at the line right away, for me, it screams Clemson, especially when it passes the +3 threshold. But then you think about it, and you think about last week, Clemson coming off a big win at home against Florida State. Not that it's a big win, but it's a rivalry game, and they won big. And Louisville coming off of a huge loss to Cal. So just because of that, I probably lean Louisville coming off that loss at home and Clemson coming off a big win. But you're right, the line does scream Clemson. So it is a 50-50 game. I agree with you. I look at two things when I like to bet games, and it's obviously line movement, and it's obviously what did you do last week. And so it's a tough one. I would agree with you.
Yep.
On this one, I don't really have a side. I'm actually going to lean on the over 51. I think this game could easily be 27-24 field goal game. I think Louisville needs to bounce back, and they're in that spot, and then Clemson's going to keep up with them. So whatever they're going to do, they're going to go punch for punch with them. So I think this game can easily go over that 51.
Doesn't it worry you that it's dropped so much?
It did worry me, but I think it's way too much. If it would have dropped 3 or 4 points, I would have been skeptical on it. But that 9 points, you're giving me a lot there. So, and then you look at the other games on the slate today. I think those games are under. So I think this 51 today, it goes over because the highest scoring match of the day.
Yeah.
Got it.
Nico, you got any
Personally,
thoughts?
I think they would be siding. I feel like underdogs have barked Fridays over and over again, and just to stay with the trend, or to go against the trend, I should say. I think Vegas is due to get somebody up, get people, because I don't know. It just has this feeling that Louisville right now is playing for their life because they know if they lose one more, it's over. Yeah. So even though it's dropped 4 points, I think that Louisville money line is a good play here, depending on the juice. If the juice is like -155, just take the -2. But if the juice gets down like -140, just take it money line.
Okay, I agree. Let's move on to the next game. I actually have a play in this game. Minnesota plays at Oregon. Oregon is -25.5, and the total is 45. What are your thoughts?
Is that tonight?
That's
tonight?
Yes, tonight.
It is tonight. I know what you're going to say, Andy, and I have stats to back it up. Go. Tell me.
I'm all for this game, guys. So to start off, Minnesota's team total is 7.5. I'm taking the under in that game. I don't think they could even put up 7 points. When they've played good teams, they have only scored 3 points in the whole game. And then the over and under is at 44. This game, I think it's under. So it's going to be Oregon-only offense. So I think this is going to be a 35-3 game, 42-3 game. It's only going to be Oregon. So give me Oregon -25, give me the under, and Minnesota team total under 7.5.
Yeah, last time I bet a team total of under 7.5, and I thought I was going to hit it. They get a touchdown on the first drive. and they never score again.
Yeah, that was crushing.
And when Vegas tells you a team could only score 7 points, believe them.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm actually on the under as well. I really like the under 44.5, 44, 45. Do you guys know? You think everyone thinks Oregon, and you think mad points, fast-paced offense, a lot of points. Oregon is 7-1 to the under in their last 8 games.
Wow, what a stat.
7-1 to their under in the last 8 games. And the one that did go over, it was the Rutgers.
The Rutgers game,
Oregon
they went
game
over in the first half.
Yeah, it was.
Rutgers goes over every game though.
So every other game in the last 9 that Oregon's played has been the under.
The team
I think
total. You're talking about the team total, right?
No, the total for the game.
Total of the game.
Yeah,
No.
We're talking about Iowa.
Yeah.
Iowa 18-16, Wisconsin 21-7. The Rutgers was the 56-10.
What's the team total for Oregon?
I believe it's 35. I think it was.
If
sense.
it
was 34 and a half, 7.5. It gives you 42 and a half.
42 and a half, yeah.
So it
should be 35.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take the under today. That's actually one of my plays.
Yeah, I like
for
that.
the week.
I'm with Lewis here. I like Oregon minus 25.5. They've shown time and time again they just want to beat up on lower ranked opponents, and they need a big win to show the committee, hey, we're still Oregon type of thing.
Yeah.
What if to make this bet safe? So my confident play is the Minnesota under 7.5 and under that minus 25. I probably buy it down to minus 24 just so it's 3 touchdowns and a field goal. I don't know how I feel about that 1.5 extra.
And that's such a good point, Lewis. That 1.5 makes such a difference.
Yeah.
These type of games. It could be a backdoor cover. They may get that 7 and a backdoor cover.
Yep.
Right? And
so that 1.5 is huge. I think they still cover it, but just to play it safe, you could still probably get it from minus 135, minus 140, that 24 exactly. So that's probably my lock right there, minus 24 if you could buy it down.
Personally, I don't like to take a side and a total in the same game because then you're like kind of rooting for 2 things. So I personally, when I take the under in a game, I don't like to take the favorite. If I do take the under, I like to take the dog because what I'm thinking is less points. If you're getting points, it's better for you, right? Everyone has their opinion and their preference, right? But that's just my opinion on taking an under. If I'm taking an over, usually I like to take a favorite because you figure favorites are the ones that are going to score more points when underdogs won't try to keep up. You know what I'm saying?
No, normally I agree with that. The same thing. The only difference in this game that I see is that the point spread is so high.
Yeah.
That one team's only going to score.
I agree with that.
So
all right.
I have a question for you guys. There's no feeling that Oregon could cover the 45 by themselves in a massacre. Like you guys aren't worried about that because of the line.
They could, but that over under being at 43.5, 44 is telling you a lot. Like people are thinking this is
Minnesota's defense is not bad. Have you guys watched Minnesota play?
Yeah, I mean,
that kid they have is very good. The safety.
They're not. Yeah, the white boy. They're not bad.
Yeah, they're a 6-3 team going up against an 8-1 team.
Yeah, I think it could be a 31-3 game. Very easily.
Yeah. Very easily.
Yeah,
I can see that. And again, I mean, we go back to what I was saying about Oregon. Like Oregon's defense is really good, but their offense hasn't been scoring 40 plus every game either. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you look at their last couple games and it's 18, it's 20. I mean, obviously they scored 56 in Rutgers, but they only scored 21 against Wisconsin, 30. So, I mean, I could see that 31-3 type of game. So, all right, let's move into Saturday. First game on the slate, noon. We got Wisconsin at Indiana. Indiana's a 28.5 favorite. Over under is 43.5. Any thoughts? Are we watching this game? Are we not?
I'm not watching it, but I think Indiana will definitely be a play here to me.
Wow.
I like.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be belt ass. They need to make a statement. They need to show that they still have all the firepower. They get Elijah Sarab back.
What's Indiana's record against the spread?
Very good.
Yeah, they've covered a ton.
I think Penn State was their first week not covering.
No,
they've had more than they've had losses. And I asked that question for a reason, because they've had other losses against the spread.
So they didn't cover against Iowa. When
they
he ran,
yeah,
I don't think they covered against Northwestern.
They didn't play Northwestern.
Or who's the other team before Iowa?
It
Michigan
was
State?
No, it was Penn State, and then Maryland. They beat 55-10. UCLA they beat 56-6. Michigan State they won 38-13. Oregon they won outright 30-20. They beat Iowa 20-15. Illinois 63-10. Indiana State 73-0. So I would say they're probably like 7-2 against the spread this year.
Yeah, I like the 30 points. Give me the 30 points against Indiana. They just had a tough game. They just need to pull out a win this week. I don't think they're out here to like crush the team. So I think Wisconsin can keep it close. And this is
they didn't cover that Michigan State game. That was right.
Yeah,
like 30 points. Give me Wisconsin plus 30.
Yeah, I mean, I probably won't put a play on it. There's a lot better games out there. But I'm always gonna on those big spreads. It's hard for me, especially this late in the season. In November, it's probably going to be cold. It's a noon game. Like those guys are not really getting up for that type of game. I can see that they already have Ohio State, out there like looking pending for the conference championship. So, I mean, gun to my head, I'd definitely take the plus the 30.
It's 30 flat?
It's 28.5, 29. I see 29.5 as well.
No, I think you have to boast Mendoza's Heisman. No, I think if I were to side here, it'd be Indiana minus the points. Wisconsin's awful.
I don't love it.
Yeah, but Wisconsin's terrible.
I don't love it, but if I had a side, it'd be Indiana.
I like.
All right. Let's move on to the next one. Andy, any thoughts?
Yeah, I don't love it. I don't have an opinion either which way. I think that game, I don't know. It's just not something I would touch.
Let's go to another noon game. This is actually two ranked teams. Notre Dame at Pittsburgh. Notre Dame's a 12.5 point favorite. Total is 53.5.
Give me Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I agree. I like Pittsburgh plus the 12.5. Again, noon game at home. Pittsburgh's going to get up. I just need them to keep it close. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
My take here is on over 54.5. I'm all over that.
Pick and score, and Notre Dame's defense gives up a lot of points.
Yeah, Notre Dame's going to score quickly. Pitt's going to keep up, make it a game. Give me that 54.5 over.
All right.
I'm with Lewis. We got
a ticker now on the show. Look at this. We got a ticker now on the show. Look at that.
We're official, baby.
Wow.
That's for sure.
Incredible.
Yeah. I think Pittsburgh Devin, can hang around.
You don't have the weather there, right? You don't have the weather there or anything like that?
I could pull it up right now. Hold on.
I do. It says 60 degrees. Give me a second.
No shot.
No,
that's
no shot.
Degrees. That's beautiful weather.
Sorry. It's like the click for the
over's
weather.
Gonna smash if it's 60.
Yeah, I'll tell you what it is. It's 65% rain, 42. Actually, is a 60 high.
It is a 60 high,
and there's 65% chance of rain. I just can't see at what time the rain is at.
So if the rain is an issue, that might be the only thing that might deter that over under. If it's not and it's in the high 60s, that game is going way over 54.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Next game. You want to jump into the next game?
Let's do it.
Any more thoughts? All right. Next game at noon, and the only reason I'm covering it is because it's one of my plays, is Michigan at Northwestern. I'm definitely going to take Northwestern. The line is Michigan minus 10.5. The total is only 41. Michigan is 10.5, 11. You could find in multiple books. I'm going to take Northwestern plus 11. I don't think Michigan scores that way. I think Northwestern can hang in the game. Again, noon game. How much is Michigan going to get up for it? They have Ohio State coming up in a couple weeks. So, yeah, give me Northwestern plus the points. They've been hanging around games, man. They've been covering. So, and again, I don't need them to win. I need them to just to cover. Yeah. So, I'm going to be on Northwestern plus 11.
Man. I just hate ugly games.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those ugly games, and I think it's under
I'm
40,
with you.
42. Northwestern can hang around.
I like the under.
Yeah, so
42. Yeah, you could definitely see one of those 17-13, 17-10 type games where Michigan
big
just
time football. Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh, yeah, I know. No, hey, I'm going to take Northwestern. Doesn't mean I'm going to tune in and watch it.
Right. Oh, man.
Can we talk about one more game in the 12 o'clock slate?
The what?
Let's talk about one more game in the 12 o'clock slate, South Carolina.
Yeah, that was my next one. South Carolina at Texas A&M. Texas A&M is a 20-point favorite, over under 50.5.
Jesus.
Are you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Yes. My thoughts is South Carolina plus the 18.5 points. They keep this, I think, a one possession game. It's going to come down to the end. It's going to be one score game. I don't think Texas A&M just had a beat down that they just gave. I think that right now they kick it into neutral. South Carolina's bad. And I think it's an ugly game.
I don't know. I've been hearing reports that Sellers was going to go into the transfer portal, that he was going to leave the team. I may have got from someone on Twitter. I'm not sure. But any thoughts on that? Is he going to be back in South Carolina next year?
The answer is no. No shot.
So do you think that affects his play?
No chance.
Moving to finish this year?
It's a great question.
No, because if he decides to go into the draft, if he decides to go into the draft, he'll be fine because he still has to perform because they still have a first-round grade on him. And if he goes into the portal, he has to show that he's worth the top dollar. So, I mean, regardless, he has to play.
You still think he's a first-rounder?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't. But Todd McShay still does, for example, and there's no one bigger than him right now in that space.
So if he's a first rounder, then he has to perform regardless if he wants to leave the program or go into the draft.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think he's in a Cam Ward type situation.
So
I mean, he's gonna make more money if he comes back to college. I'm sure.
Yeah,
he'll make 5, 6, 7 million next year if he stays one more year, which is crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. I think as the season winds down here, he's going to start getting some advice. McShay's one thing, but then you start really getting to real conversations of where you're going to fall. I don't think he's a first rounder. I think it's a lot of hype and name with him. He hasn't had the season to be a first rounder. But Anthony Richardson got drafted in the first round.
That's exactly what
I think. Yep. I think teams may be learning their lesson when it comes to these Anthony Richardsons, Jamarcus Russells, these type of guys. If I'm advising the kid and I have a sense that he's going to drop out of the first, I go, I sell him on the Cam Ward type dream where you go to a good situation that has a good offensive line and you can blossom and turn into a top 5 pick. So that's kind of how I see that possibly playing out.
I agree.
Yeah, they're linking him to the University of Miami. The other name that I'm hearing is CJ Bailey, which I've been on for over a year now, or close to a year. I've been on CJ Bailey going to Miami. I've been saying it. It just makes a lot of sense for him to go to Miami. Depending how Miami finishes too, I think that's going to factor into these kids wanting to transfer to Miami or not. But Miami's writing the checks, and as long as they continue to open up the checkbook, they'll be able to essentially get whoever they want.
CJ Bailey is a hometown kid.
Yep.
He's from Miami.
Yeah. Chaminade.
So he played with JJ, Jeremiah Smith, Josiah Trader. Yeah.
All right. I want to touch on the last noon game. Arizona at Cincinnati. Line open at 5.5 minus Cincinnati. Now it's up to 6.5. The total is 56.5. Cincinnati needs to win this game to remain in contention of the Big 12 championship. Any thoughts?
I think Cincinnati steamrolls Arizona. Arizona's not a good football team.
I have a play. I have a play here. I think it's over. I think Cincinnati's going to score a crap ton of points. Barring the weather in the Midwest this weekend, Cincinnati's been able to score a crap ton. Arizona has a very capable QB that could hang points. Give me 21 points from Arizona and give me 38 from Cincinnati. Go over. So that's what I think more or less we're looking at. I like the over here, 56.5.
My play is going to be plus 6.5. I'm going to take Arizona. I think they can keep up with them. This kid sometimes plays good, sometimes plays bad.
Oh, God. He's so unreliable, dude. I don't trust him. Going on the road. I just feel Cincinnati's
going to Arizona or Cincinnati?
Arizona's quarterback.
FIFA.
Yeah.
He's 4'5".
No,
never made me taller than him.
Hey, man, he's listed at 5'10".
Yeah.
Which means he's 4'5".
Yeah, exactly. He's so inconsistent. I hate watching them play football. It's a sorry-ass brand of football. I just don't like it. And I think they're going to Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati's playing for their life. I think Cincinnati steamrolls them. That's just me. I could be wrong.
No, I just think that it's tough for these West Coast teams to come into East Coast and have to play a 9 a.m. game their time. Yeah. It's hard for them to get up for that game. Yeah. I don't have a play in it. I do like the over because I think both teams can score. And I think Arizona will score enough to push that over.
Right.
So I like the over. Not a play, but I do like the over.
That's permitting on the weather because we could wake up Saturday morning and it could be snow, sleet in the Midwest for all these games.
I just think that – so I have a stat for you guys. Arizona right now opened up at plus 4.5. The line and the money has stayed neutral. It's 52-48. And yet the line has moved to plus 6.
Correct. So
not enough money's either not coming in on Cincinnati as they hoped, or they're trying to get you to take Arizona right now because they're giving you an extra 1.5. Because with money not coming in or it being neutral, line shouldn't move that much. Nothing's come out of either team that's going to indicate that the line should have moved at all. So they're giving.
But if questions, right? Because obviously we're trying to educate bettors here too, right? If there's no money movement, but the line is moving a certain way, why would you make a play against the line movement? Because line movement is going towards Cincinnati.
So my only thought on this one, normally if it was game time and it's there's opposite line movement, I take opposite of the line.
Correct.
Because Vegas is telling you, hey, we're still moving this line for you to keep taking because already all the money's on this line. That's opposite line. But we always want to take the opposite of that. In this game, nobody's betting this game yet because it's 12 o'clock game for tomorrow and it's Cincinnati, Arizona. There's multiple games that people are going to be betting on. They're going to indicate to me a 6-point line is telling you, hey, Cincinnati only has to win by a touchdown. Yeah. I feel like a 4.5 game, people are scared of it because, like, dang, why is Vegas have this number at this line at this number? That's iffy. But if they give you a 6, then people's mind automatically switch. Hey, Cincinnati can win by a touchdown easily against these guys.
Yeah.
So there's when I take, like, all right, they're trying to entice you with that touchdown spread. Let me get Arizona plus a 6.5. That's my process on that.
Yeah, I'll be 28-7 at the half, Cincinnati.
All right. Let's go to 3:30. We have one of the bigger games on the slate. We have Oklahoma at Alabama. Alabama's a 5.5-point favorite. The total is only 46.5. What are your thoughts?
Hold on. Yeah. Which game are we at? Sorry. Bama?
You can't hear me?
How do you bet?
Yeah, I don't trust Oklahoma.
How do you bet against Bama right now? How do you bet against Bama right now?
This is a tough game.
I'm gonna bet against Bama. I'm gonna go. Give me Oklahoma plus 6.5.
Of course you are. Of course. All right, guys. So let's get something straight here for everybody here. We educate bettors, just like Devin was saying. Lewis has bet against Ohio State since last playoff run, and he finally won for the first time this year. So he's 1-10 against Ohio State.
No.
So now he's going to do the same thing for Alabama.
Look, I understand.
Go ahead. Take Alabama and ride the hot wave with everybody.
I actually think this line is a little too short, in my opinion. And my question is why? Why is that line so short? I would have thought that this opened at 7. It opened at 5.5, and it stayed there.
The opening line preseason was 12.5.
Yes.
Alabama. They are the team that everybody thought they were. Why isn't that line original?
Yeah, I don't understand why that game is only 5.5, and just because of that, I think Oklahoma hangs around. Maybe they're down 10, they get a little backdoor touchdown, they lose by 3. I would take Oklahoma in this spot.
You guys want to get? I'm going to give you guys a prediction of this game. Over under is 45. This game's going to end 24-21.
Okay.
All right,
man.
Can't wait.
Man.
Andy can't see it. Andy sees Alabama steamrolls.
I don't know. Man, it's hard. What's the kid's name? The quarterback for Alabama? Ty Simpson.
Ty Simpson.
Best player in the country. I've been saying it. I've been on him. The kid's unbelievable. I just don't trust Oklahoma in this spot. I think Alabama at home is just a better team. Granted, Oklahoma has a decent defense, but when they've gone up against good defenses like Texas, they can't score the ball. They struggled against Ole Miss, which Ole Miss's defense is not great. And I watched that whole entire game, and they struggled to move the ball against Ole Miss. I can't see Oklahoma moving the ball on them, and I think Alabama can score on Oklahoma. I don't know. But you guys are right about the line, so that always worries me. But sometimes, when in this betting game, sometimes things are not as complicated as we're making it out to be. Right?
I agree. Sometimes
I think we overanalyze certain situations. So if I was I wouldn't pick this game. But if I was to put up money on it, I'll take Alabama minus 5.5.
All right. I get it. I see it.
But it's not a game that I would say it's a lock. It's not like a play of the week.
Yeah.
It's 3:30. I need to put a bet on the game. I'm gonna take Alabama, but that's that's just me. But I can see the 24-21. But I just don't know. Oklahoma, they don't score like that. And Mateer, he was great. He was beating up poor teams, but he had an injury. They don't block.
He hasn't been the same since.
Yeah, they don't block very well. This guy's running for his life every time. I don't trust Oklahoma in this spot. I don't trust Venables. I don't know. I just like Alabama's hot, man. And they overcame almost losing that South Carolina game. And they're just a really good football team, man. And at home, give them to me.
Yeah, obviously coaching plays a factor there. We were talking about it in our recap on Wednesday, how these good teams like Indiana, Alabama, they just find ways to win. You know, when things go bad, fourth quarter, they need a big drive, they find ways to win,
Agreed.
Unlike the team that we're going to talk about next, another 3:30 game, we got NC State at Miami. Miami's a 14.5-point favorite. The total is 55.5. I can't trust Miami. And I know that they've covered the last 2 weeks, with Stanford and who did they play? Syracuse. But look at their first halves. Their first halves have been dog shit, man. Might as well just tune in the third quarter. That's when they wake up.
No, but the problem is that NC State can score points.
Yeah.
And they can look up. So my whole theme this week is look up at the half. They may be down 21-3.
Who?
Miami.
I mean,
I
don't
think
know that much. But
got hope being in the college playoff bracket this week, and Mario Cristobal's on the hot seat right now, so I think he needs to show out the remaining of the season. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and take Miami minus the 14.
Wow.
I don't trust them. Fuck,
but I think they do it. NC State isn't the team they were last season. They can obviously put up points regardless, and they could cover. They could beat Miami outright, depending on what Miami team we get. But I think this week is spot for Miami at minus 14. I think they're on a little hot streak right now, covering points, and they need to with the two upsets they had. So go ahead and give me minus 14.
I definitely feel that Miami is definitely going to be pedal to the metal in that sense that, I mean, at least that's what they've shown in the last 2 weeks, that they're going to try and beat teams up, obviously to try and pat that resume to try and get into the college playoffs. Now, personally, I can't trust them. I see any intermediate opponent, and I just don't think they get up for these games. I don't know for whatever reason. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's the players, but I can't see them get up for this type of game. They need it though. So, Nico, any thoughts?
I've gone back and forth on this game. I'm somewhere in the middle of what you said and what Lewis said. So I'm kind of at a crossroad because I feel like if Miami wants to be conservative to start the game and Mario's like, we got to establish the run, NC State could put 2 on their head very easily, and it's 14-0 before we know it, and now we're playing catch-up. That's where I think the bad is. The good is what you said. They want to dominate teams, and this could end up being a low-scoring first half, and then the second half, Miami just puts it on them because they realize, hey, we could just dominate these guys. So, I don't know. If I had to lean one, I'm not going to take this game, but if I had to lean one way, it'd be NC State with the points.
So I'm going to give you a stat presented by Action Network. The 98% of the money is on plus 14.5.
Is NC State plus 14.5?
How much?
98%.
Jeez. Wow.
The bet percentage is 54 to 46, so it's close relatively, but the big money is on NC State. And with that being said, this is what we were talking about, reverse line movement. The line has moved to 15.5, with 98% of the money coming in on NC State.
Okay, wow. Yeah, that is what we spoke about. Correct. All right. I mean, I personally won't have a play in it. I will definitely be rooting for you, Lou.
Yeah.
Let's move to the next 3:30 game. It's 2 ranked teams, Iowa at USC. USC is a 7.5 point favorite. The total is 49.5. Line opened up at 6.5, and it crossed over to 7.5. Any initial thoughts?
USC by 1 million in this one.
I think that this is a little higher total than Iowa's normal line. So I feel like Iowa totals are usually somewhere between 42 and 45, like it was for the Oregon
or
game.
Even in the 30s.
And I feel like this being a little yeah. So this favors USC for sure. And I think they're rolling. I mean, they're trying to give themselves a chance to play Oregon to get into the dance. And I think at that point, until the wheels fall off, I'm going to take USC. So I'll take them -7.
I'm with Nico on this one. I'm taking USC -7. I think Iowa just played their Super Bowl last week, and they almost pulled it out. I don't think they could do it too.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And I actually think, and we were talking about this on Wednesday, I actually think USC can sneak into the playoffs. If they win out, obviously they have a tough game next week at Oregon, but if they can win that game, I think they're in. They won't be in the Big Ten championship because obviously Indiana and Ohio State will. So a 2-loss team in USC that's beaten 5 ranked opponents, especially one at Oregon, that gets them in.
I think so.
100%.
Yeah,
1,000%, Devin.
USC's a better football team. Iowa plays well at home, but this traveling thing is a real thing.
It is.
Give me USC at -7. If you could buy a half point, I would.
Yeah, of course. All right, another big ACC matchup. We have Virginia at Duke. Duke is a 5.5-point favorite. The total is 60. 5-4 Duke -5.5 against 8-2 Virginia.
To me, this line, the biggest things Virginia are frauds.
Yeah, I would agree with you. This line obviously screams Duke because, wow, you would think that line would be 2.5, 3 just because of home field, but they're at 5.5, and a 5-4 team. So
they think Duke could win at a neutral site. They would have been favored at a neutral site.
Correct.
They would have been favored at even if they were at Virginia, -2.
I feel like Duke has screwed me over so many times this year.
I think give me Duke -4.5 and give me over 58.
Okay. I definitely will probably be on Duke here. I definitely will be on Duke. Just that line tells me that Duke is gonna smash him. Yeah. End of story. You know.
This is ugly potentially for the ACC. Duke winning this game, because if Duke, this pretty much solidifies Duke getting into that ACC championship. They pull out this one, and that's
and to play Georgia Tech.
Yeah. So
I like the over
59. Yeah,
love it.
All right. Let's move to 7 o'clock, the late slate. We've got Florida at Ole Miss. Ole Miss is an 11.5-point favorite. The total is 53.5.
Florida's given up. Give me Ole Miss. Just on that fact. Even though, Florida tends to play these games close, it's over. They lost last week. It's time to pack up the season and keep it moving. Ole Miss is just going to steamroll them at home.
Line opened up 13.5, by the way. So it's been bet down 2 points. That kind of scares me. If I wouldn't have seen that, I would have said Ole Miss with my eyes closed. But just because that line's dropped 2 points, it kind of makes me a little hesitant. But I agree with you. I think there's no fight in that Florida team anymore. They can't be – I want to say they can't even reach bowl eligibility. Well, they would have got to go 3-0, which is very unlikely with Ole Miss, Tennessee, and Florida State. I'm not touching that game personally. No.
That's a stay away game. I mean, but if I had to take one, I'll take Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss beats them.
I think Ole Miss definitely beats them. I would just take the points, the 12.
I don't love it, man. There's too many variables there, Louis.
Yeah,
too many variables. They're already thinking about their next coach. They're thinking, which may be Lane Kiffin, right? And then now you're thinking about where you're going to transfer to in the portal.
Like, the only thing I will say is that Florida's not that bad of a team, and they could show up any Saturday.
Well, look, let's be honest. Florida's defense is very good. It's just obviously DJ Lagway and their offense is atrocious. So if they can figure it out offensively and score a few, I think their defense could keep them in the game. But
can we trust that what makes you think that they're going to figure it out 9 games in on offense?
No. I agree with you 100%. I don't see. I mean, I could see how they just blow them out. I just think that if the offense can score a bit, then The defense might keep them within double digits or under double digits. What I mean.
I don't know, man. It's a Lane Kiffin. He's gonna show out why he's at the top of their board. I don't know. I don't love it.
Can Lane Kiffin be the coach for the Gators next season?
Yeah.
So he's gonna go over there and pound them to death.
Show him why they're gonna pay him $15 million a year.
Okay.
He just signed a contract extension.
I know he did, but Lane is petty like that.
Yeah, he is.
He's a petty individual. So, yeah.
All right, we got another 7:00 game. We got a couple more games, and then we'll wrap this up. Utah Baylor. I wouldn't usually cover this, but I do have a play on this. I'm taking Baylor plus 9.5. I might buy it up to 10. Yeah, I think Baylor could score. Utah's very good. Utah's been beating the crap out of everyone. And Baylor's at home. I could see Baylor keep it close, 10 points. I'm going to take them. I'm going to take Baylor plus the 10. I'll buy the half. They're 9.5 right now, so I'll buy the half, and I'll take Baylor plus 10.
Yeah, I don't know. This is if I had to take a pick, I'll take Utah. They just steamroll people, but hey, you might be right.
Yeah. I mean, and they've steamrolled the last 3 games. They've won by 30 plus.
And that coach is really good. What's his name? Kyle Cunningham. Is it Kyle Cunningham? Yeah.
My pick on this would probably be leaning the over. When I would pick in this game, but I would probably lean the over. I think both teams can score. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. So give me the over in this game.
All right. Let's go to 7:30. Another big showdown. We have Texas plus 5.5 at Georgia. Over under is, where are you?
Just a correction. The coach at Utah is Kyle, but it's Winningham, not Cunningham. So I was off by a little bit.
Kyle Winningham. That's close. 1 out of 2. 50,
yeah, it's not
50%.
Bad. We'll take it.
You call him by his first name.
Yeah.
In baseball, you're a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
What are we looking at? Georgia minus 5.5, minus 6 in some books. Against Texas, they're at home. Total is 50.5.
This is gonna be my play of the day. Give me Texas plus 6.5, and give me Texas money line. Texas plus 6.5. Archie figured it out in the play action pass. I know it's not the same Archie that we've started off the season with. I think Texas could beat Georgia. Give me Texas.
Wow. I like it, Lou. Honestly, I'm probably going to be
I don't hate it, actually.
I'm probably going to be on Texas as well. I feel like Georgia is just winning games, like they're just there. You know what I'm saying?
You know what Georgia is? Georgia is dude, it's a team that just like figures it out. Like you think they're down, they're dead. And Texas can be up 2 touchdowns in the third quarter, and they just fight you to death, and they end up winning that game by 3 points. You know what I mean? Like, or they take you into overtime and beat you. Like, they don't die, bro. Like, you think you have them, and they don't die. And that's a reflection of Kirby Smart and how they play, man. It's just tough. But the line is a little.
Mm-hmm. I will say this. I'm probably going to be on Texas, but I will say this. I didn't love the way they finished that game against Vanderbilt. They were up, which I had them minus 3, and they were up, I want to say 34, like 18 or 34, 10, something like that. And Vanderbilt comes all the way back and loses 34-31. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Vanderbilt outscored them 21-0 in the fourth quarter. So I don't love that going into the next game, but I do think that Texas has more to play for than Georgia. I think Georgia's pretty much locked into the playoffs. Even if they lose this game, well, no, they have. Oh, yeah. Even if they lose this game, they win out. They still get in. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be able to play in the SEC championship regardless, just because of Texas A&M and Alabama. So I question if they're going to really, really get up for this game. I mean, obviously they're going to get up for this game, but you know what I mean. So I'm with you. I think I take Texas.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch this either.
You got to touch something, bud.
I know it's just so hard.
It's getting hard.
It is Lewis. I'm going to take the play of the day tomorrow.
Of course we take the play of the day. Sharp Lou. All right. I got one more that for sure I'm going to cover because I'm taking this game. TCU versus BYU. BYU is a 5.5 point favorite. The line has dropped to 4.5. I took TCU on Monday at 6. I bought the half point, so I have +6 minus 120. I think BYU is a fraud. Their quarterback, like Andy says, should never wear 47. But he's a freshman. I think I said it on Wednesday. I think that he has a nice future. Obviously, next year or the year after, like they're going to be really good. But I'm going to take TCU. I had them last week against Iowa State. They were up 10 in the fourth quarter, and they blew that game. So this is one of those run it back Devin Della plays or double down Devin Della plays. So just because of that, I'm going to run it back on TCU and take them +6 on Saturday. I mean, the line, I took it on Monday.
You're going to buy
that line up? I took them on Monday. They were at +5.5. I bought it half the point, so I have them at +6, but I will take them at +4.5. I'm okay with taking them at +4.5, +5.5. Honestly, I think they win that game outright, to be honest. I think Hoover has a bounce back game.
Yeah, Hoover can play.
Yeah. When he's on, he's on.
I don't know. BYU's a good team, man. At home, bounce back game for them here. I don't know.
But that line is so short. It's only it's 4.5. 5.
As the season progresses, it's harder to get a gauge on these games. Like I feel like it's so much easier at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
To get gauges on game, but now it's you're 9 weeks in or whatever week we're in, 12. But a lot of these teams have played 9-10 games. It's harder with these lines.
I think BYU has nothing to play for.
Has nothing to play for? Big 12?
Big 12, but they're gonna get steamrolled, and they're already projected out of the college playoff just with one loss.
Well,
they also have what it looks like a play-in game for the Big 12 championship next week against Cincinnati. Both teams are 5-1 in the conference, so you would assume that the winner of that game is what gets in, and that's next week. So this could also be a look-ahead spot for BYU.
I don't know that. I don't agree with that. BYU has nothing to play for. They have a lot to play for. They get into that.
BYU would have they have to win out here. They would have to beat Cincinnati. They would have to win
the Big 12.
The Big 12 to get in. So they would have to play 3 tough games to get in. And I feel like this past week was like a demoralizer for them.
I don't know. See, the thing is that you guys, I think you're looking at this wrong. This is not a traditional power like a Georgia, a Texas, where the expectation is to win a national championship. By them getting to the Big 12 is a big accomplishment. Championship is a big accomplishment for that program, right? And I think that they still have a lot to play for. They're not a bad team, and I've watched some of their games. Have actually hurt my pocket quite a bit because I've bet against them. I don't know. And at home, I think they can. I think they can pull this off, and I think they can cover this game.
Okay, all right, that's good.
I mean, that's just my opinion. I could.
No. Listen, of course, we from what we've seen today, we know you only like favorites. That's okay.
I like dogs. I bet on dogs all the time, but
I know. This weekend you like only favorites.
Listen, it's not as complicated sometimes as we make it out to be. Right?
I just don't see why BYU, 12th ranked team, 8-1, is at home is only a 3-point favorite.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's like worries me. I was like, why?
Yeah. So, all right, boys. This was our college football preview for week 12.
Before we leave, I had a wild card here. Nico wanted to make sure he got his last input in. He says, and I quote, "Make sure you mention as we're winding down, we throw in UFC Sean Brady minus 135 and Benoit St. Dennis at minus 185."
The last time I took an MMA pick with him, I was in Cancun and I got destroyed. I almost had no money to come back.
All right.
And they told me it was a lock.
Before we switch off to football, we have UCLA versus Ohio State at 7:30.
Okay.
Yeah, you're taking UCLA?
I'm taking UCLA plus.
Let's go. I love it. I love it.
Give me UCLA.
Amazing.
We'll make it for you.
All right, boys. I got to run to the office. I got to go change. So I love you guys. Have a great weekend. Hopefully you hit on all your games, and I hope I'm wrong on everything I said today.
All right, for sure. Hey, catch us on Sunday morning. We will
be
doing
an NFL show Monday mornings. NFL's been fun this year, so a lot to get into.
It has been, and I got a bunch of plays for NFL. So tune in on Sunday morning, and we'll catch you next time. Have a great weekend, guys.
All right, bye-bye.